Stop everything you're doing because there's a controversy going on in the streets right now that makes comment sections flaming and timelines freezing. The once uncheckable lady in hip-hop, Remy Ma, has attacked Claressa Shields in a way so vicious that even seasoned gossip bloggers are referring to it as the pregnancy bombshell of the decade. The true question, though, is this. How did the private life of a boxing champion turn into a public conflict with one of the most lethal voices in hip-hop and love? And why did Remy pick this particular time? Oh, no, she didn't. Fans gasped in response to Claressa's diatribe when she dared to reveal her pregnancy because this wasn't just a joke. It was demolition. Remy didn't hold back, according to witnesses, making fun of Claressa's aspirations to become a mother, which delayed her career and led to speculation that her baby's news wasn't as flawless as Instagram suggested. And in a matter of minutes, there were vicious tweets, memes, and screenshots everywhere. This is more than just gossip, so fasten your seatbelt. It's a titanic battle between boxing greatness and rap grandeur. The internet is on the verge of collapsing due to the aftermath. There should have been nothing but happiness when Claressa Shields revealed she was pregnant. Self-described GWAP boxing, revealing a fresh chapter to the world. You haven't been observing how Love and hip-hop alumni play the game, though if you believed Remy Ma would let that moment shine without making it into a battleground. There was no congratulations here. It wasn't even quiet. Was an ambush. Let's establish the scene now. Claressa isn't your average sports person. She has spent years claiming to be impenetrable and has won 2 gold medals at the Olympics. She established herself as unbeatable both inside and outside the ring as she battled her way from Flint, Michigan to global fame. However, that fame was accompanied by rumors and whispers about her behavior. Her outbursts on social media and her refusal to engage in the polished public relations tactics that sponsors adore. Claressa wasn't the type of celebrity who remained silent and smiled for the cameras. She made sure her detractors felt every atom of her smoke, clapped back, and subtweeted. Then there is hip-hop legend Remy Ma, a woman whose name is inextricably linked to both lyrical supremacy and headlines about prisons. She served her time, returned with a bang, and established herself as a reality TV powerhouse and a member of the rap dynasty. The one thing about Remy, though, is that she never forgets or forgives. Additionally, she devours rather than nibbles when she chooses to target someone. Fans so anticipated a combination of congrats and vitriol from the typical trolls when Claressa casually revealed her pregnancy, sharing a radiant smile and remarks about the next chapter. They were not prepared for Remy Ma to use that incident as her own soapbox. Several reports claim that Remy went live on Instagram just a few hours after Claressa made her statement. And rather than using courteous language, she struck the match. That ignited the internet as a whole. Boxing, she was said to have snarled. Gloves down, diapers up. Career over. Fake energy from a champion. It wasn't just a disparaging remark. There was an earthquake. Immediately, fans erupted. Some hurried to Claressa's support, yelling that legacy is not erased by motherhood. Some took Remy's side, saying Claressa's conceit had been pleading for a reality check. Then came memes, the internet's favorite machine. Baby bottles were displayed beside screenshots of Claressa clutching belts. Round 1 Pampers edition was used as the caption for old battle pictures. A 247-row session broke out on Twitter. However, it was more than simply Rhee's insult that made it deadly. It was the past between these two, as this wasn't their first run-in, let's not forget. Rumors had been circulating for months that Claressa and Rhee's longtime husband, Papoose, had been too friendly during a charity function. There was enough for blogs to go crazy, but nothing tangible or pictures that couldn't be explained. She also never forgot that, Remy. People began to make connections when she pointed her verbal bullets at Claressa's pregnancy. Was envy at the heart of this, or was it motherhood? Was Remy telling Papoose and Claressa that she wasn't the one being tested? More gasoline was added by unnamed insiders. According to a family acquaintance, Ray has been putting this off for months. Claressa felt it was time to attack the moment she attempted to make herself appear flawless. Another whispered source: this was no accident. Remy made a personal remark. She hinted at something that everyone in their circle is aware of. Kate didn't matter now if those signals were fake or genuine. Kate was the public's response that counted. Blogs were booming. YouTube experts were already posting hour-long analyses with names like Remy versus Claressa, the real story behind the beef. And fans were captivated. Claressa, meanwhile, remained unusually silent. Her quiet was deafening for a lady whose reputation was based on clapping back. Furthermore, there is no serenity in the gossip world. Guilt is silence. Remy was also aware of it. That's why she doubled down rather than letting the moment pass. She shared a mysterious story and a trash can with a baby bottle emoji the following day. Nothing but symbolism. No caption. The collective intellect of the internet vanished. Was she implying that Claressa's role as a mother had no value? Did she mean that the baby news was a hoax? Was she implying papoose or worse? The crisis had escalated to a nuclear level by this point. Twitter trended hashtags like #FakeChamp and #RemyVs CLARESS. Claressa's previous motivating lectures were stitched together by TikTok producers using gossip blogs went looking for receipts. And Remy's dubious lines became popular skits. At that point, the alleged leaks surfaced. A hazy screenshot purportedly depicting Remy saying, "Better hope that baby looks like your man," in response to a private post went viral online. The screenshot's veracity was at best doubtful, but the harm was done. Conspiracy rumors that Claressa's pregnancy wasn't as picture-perfect as promised were quickly spread by fans. Then the most outrageous turn of events occurred. Papoose himself became popular. To find out his opinions, several admirers started tagging him directly. Others said that he was the silent cause of Remy's anger. There were memes that showed Papoose with gloves for boxing. His name was pulled into the frenzy like gasoline on an open flame, despite the fact that he had not spoken. The caption read, "Round 2, Family Edition." Claressa said nothing at any point. No retort, no justification, no tirade on Instagram, just silence. And the whispers became louder the longer she remained silent. Naturally, Remy wasn't finished. Sometimes silence isn't strength. Sometimes silence is guilt. She smirked into the camera as she went live once more, and those 5 words went viral on social media. Her lines clips received millions of hours in views. By this point, the story was being covered by more than just hip-hop blogs. Mainstream. It was picked up by outlets, Remy Ma versus Claressa Shields. From Rap to the Ring, a scandal unfolds, and producers were the headlines. Oh, they had the scent of golden gold. According to insiders, VH1 producers were already planning ways to include this conflict in the upcoming season of Love and Hip Hop. This goes beyond a plotline. According to reports, one producer stated, "This is the storyline." However, there was a darker undertone simmering beneath the memes, viral posts, and laughter. The people who had earlier hailed Claressa as the face of women's boxing began to distance themselves from her. One sportswear company subtly delayed a campaign that would have included her. A line of cosmetics, they paused their collaboration. Supposedly, the whispers had evolved beyond just rumors. It had to do with contracts, money, and reputations. And it all began with a single, straightforward moment. Remy Ma decided that the revelation of Claressa's pregnancy was the ideal occasion to launch an assault. However, the cliffhanger blows up here, because suspicions that Claressa was creating her own receipts surfaced precisely when admirers believed she would remain silent forever. Texts, screenshots, and possibly even audio recordings. The internet prepared itself as insiders murmured, "If Claressa fires back, it's not just Remy who's in danger." It's her entire household. Because if the spark came from Remy's strike, the inferno might be Claressa's retaliation. The murmurs began faintly. One comment here, one tweet there. However, hashtag CLARIA receipts was trending globally by the following morning. Everyone was curious if the Gwat would finally speak up. What sort of evidence, if any, did she have on her side? The problem is that Rhee's attack went beyond simple insult. It was an outright attack on Claressa's persona. Suddenly, a woman who had established her career on tenacity, fortitude, and unwavering confidence was being portrayed as a phony champion whose greatest achievement was announcing her pregnancy. Claressa realized she couldn't remain silent indefinitely because the story wasn't simply dubious, it was deadly. That's when the alleged leaks started. A grainy screenshot purportedly taken from Claressa's Notes app was shared by a gossip website known for stirring up controversy. Funny how the loudest mouths got the dirtiest secrets. Careful, Remy. I kept receipts. Was it real? Who knows? Was an excerpt from the text, but admirers quickly began conjecturing. Claressa was alluded to by some as a reference to Remy's long-standing marital problems. Others said she had screenshots linking Remy to business feuds that no one dared to bring up. Then the purported DM leaks surfaced. A blurred-out tweet from an anonymous account appeared to show Claressa speaking with a specific husband of a rapper from New York. Papoose' name wasn't merely incidental. It was implied. Remy went nuclear because of him in the first place. The messages were not clear. The internet didn't care that the usernames were blocked out. Blurred text bubbles were enough to ignite timelines for drama-hungry admirers. Naturally, Remy's side disputed all of this. The denial failed, though, as one of her close friends wrote, "Y'all really believe fake screenshots? Stay woke." Fans had already started a meme war by that point. Detectives from TikTok examined each pixel of the purported messages. YouTubers claimed to have demonstrated that the communications originated from Papoose' account by doing side-by-side analyses of spelling, grammar, and even typing tendencies. You were mistaken if you believed Papoose would remain out of this. His silence became a plot point in and of itself. Fans flooded his comments whenever he shared something irrelevant, like a music video, inspirational saying, or old picture. Remind me of Remy and Claressa. Are the direct messages authentic? If you're innocent, why are you so silent? It was summed up in one viral comment. In the comments area, Papoose is battling for his life. Claressa began posting mysterious messages. In the interim, although she didn't give names, her captions were blatantly offensive. It's funny how people accuse you of being false when they are the ones who are deceiving themselves. Careers don't end when you become a mother. Bitterness does. Don't claim. I didn't warn you when I talk. Every sentence was taken as a screenshot, shared, analyzed, and the subject of 1,000 theories. That was not going to sit well with Remy. With that trademark smirk and a drink of wine, she went live once more. Do you people actually believe hype? Tens of thousands of people watched her ask. Some folks are simply in need of pity. With or without pregnancy, weak energy cannot be concealed. Then she dropped the line that exploded throughout the internet while leaning in and flashing her eyes. I'm not that petty yet, but if I truly wanted to break up with her, I would tell you everything I know. Fans were devastated by it alone. Did she have a secret that may ruin Claressa's career, or was she just bluffing? Blogs were having a great time. Instagram gossip pages uploaded the video with dramatic captions. Screaming Remy Moth threatens to expose Claressa's shield. The countdown to receipts was the title given by YouTubers to their videos. Drama was no longer all that fans wanted. Blood was what they anticipated, as well as sponsors. Yes, they were in a panic. According to one insider, Claressa's staff was contacted by an energy drink business that demanded answers. They don't want to be associated with a scandal that involves rumors of infidelity and family drama. According to the insider, Brand safety is a concern. Millions are at stake here. At that point, a fresh bombshell was dropped. According to a purported leak by an unnamed source close to Claressa, she had audio recordings of private conversations in which Remy expressed things she wouldn't dare say in public. The gossip columns claimed that if Remy persisted, Claressa was thinking about abandoning the tapes, with fans pleading with Claressa to release the tape and put an end to this once and for all. The rumor took off like wildfire. Naturally, Remy laughed at the notion, but the pressure was genuine. The hip-hop community was rocked by the idea of cassettes moving about. Other rappers started talking about the risk of being secretly recorded instead of the quarrel itself. Twitter was a constant flurry of jokes, hypotheses, and death matches between #Team Remy and #Team Claressa. One person wrote, "This is why you can't trust anybody. Phones ruined the game." Through it all, the fans were eating good. A boxing ring with Remy and Claressa in one corner and a baby stroller parked next to it was depicted in one meme. Another featured a confused-looking papoose photoshopped as a referee. But there was a deeper reality hidden underneath the humor. The scandal had evolved beyond mere amusement. It was endangering real money, real lives, and genuine reputations. Claressa's team reportedly discussed whether to file a defamation lawsuit. Remy's staff muttered that if Claressa did leak something, they would face legal repercussions. Additionally, there were speculations that Papoose was thinking of doing a tell-all interview to clear his name. It was an interview that would save or destroy him. The strain was intolerable. Everyone was aware that the conflict was getting out of hand. However, no one wanted to back down because withdrawing is not an option in the realms of reality TV. And hip-hop, blood is present in the water. Another startling turn of events occurred just when supporters believed the controversy had reached its zenith. It is said that Claressa arranged a date. Her site had a mysterious Instagram tale. Wednesday at 12 o'clock. Don't pass it up. It's just a promise with no background or explanation. The fans completely lost it. Would she drop the receipts at last? Would Rhee's empire fall apart today? Or did the internet witness yet another bluff in the messiest chess game ever? The countdown started. It's everywhere. Blogs posted the screenshot. YouTubers planned live broadcasts. The hours began to tick off on Twitter. Because Wednesday wasn't going to be just another day in the history of chatter. If Claressa truly possessed what she claimed, there would be a massacre. Wednesday came like the day of judgment. Hundreds of thousands of followers were waiting impatiently for Claressa Shields to reveal the secret she had promised on their phones by midday. Spaces on Twitter took off with people were hanging their breath for titles like Instagram Lives and Remy vs. Claressa Watch Party. It was the sole trending item for hours. The same question is being asked by everyone. Was this going to be the day when Remy Ma was finally exposed? If you all wanted receipts, let's talk. Claressa posted. A black screen with white lettering at precisely 12:01. And the internet crashed under the weight of rumors in a matter of seconds. Then followed the blurry, unsteady, yet impactful video. It wasn't the clear-cut evidence that attorneys prefer. Fans feast on the untidy, unpolished kind of leaks. A voice that admirers claimed was Remy's could be heard chuckling in the video. She's strutting around like a pro, but her partner isn't even faithful. Another voice, muffled and perhaps papoose, added something. It was full of static and hardly audible, but it was sufficient. Enough to burn down the internet. Was it altered? Was it authentic? No one gave a damn. Blogs took off with it right away. A twa audio leak. Did Remy just reveal the details of her own marriage? Every second of the video was paused by YouTubers who conducted amateur sound analysis in the manner of FBI officers. The ruckus was radioactive, and TikTok investigators slowed down the audio and captioned it with things like, "You heard that, right?" Remy's quick response and vicious. Within an hour, she went live with a stony expression. Do you guys trust a shaky phone clip over a real woman who has lived her entire life? Adorable. However, I can assure you that Claressa is unaware of the storm. She simply criticized herself. The danger was obvious, and fans eagerly absorbed it. Claressa doubled down in the meantime. She shared a series of mysterious slides. You can't expect a lion to not roar when you poke it. Not helpless, but pregnant. This is no longer just my battle. Thousands of people shared each post, which fueled rumors that she wasn't finished and that more receipts were on the way. The tension was intolerable. The sponsors became even more alarmed. According to reports, a luxury company put a hold on Claressa's contract until the matter is resolved. She subtly disappeared from her feed after teasing a shoe collaboration months prior. Rumor had it that both sides were holding brand safety meetings. In addition to being threatened, money was really vanishing in real time. The consequences didn't end there either. According to reports, emergency calls were being made by hip-hop and love producers. One source said, "We wanted ratings, not lawsuits. Now we're worried this feud is going to blow up beyond our control." There were rumors that Remy and the other people had already hired lawyers. Claressa is investigating allegations of defamation. The crowd, however, was not going to slow down. They fought using hashtags and declared war in the comments. Hashtag Team Remy. Since day one, Remy has been genuine. Claressa is reaching. Hashtag Claressas. Team, being a mother is not a weakness. Remy is simply resentful. Hashtag PAPOOSE Team. Even celebrities began to comment on how a man who was just trying to mind his own business ended up in World War II. The darkest blow came late that night. Yet, every response made the news. One rapper tweeted, "Boxing gloves down, but Claressa is still throwing punches online." Another reality star added, "Pregnancy glow. More like pregnancy smoke." According to court records purportedly obtained by a gossip website, Claressa was the final straw in Papoose and Remy's already strained marriage. Were the records authentic? Most likely not. Fans, however, didn't care. The story was widely shared on the internet before morning. Just like that, the story changed. Claressa and Remy were no longer the only rivals. Remy, Claressa, and Papoose were involved in a convoluted triangle that made it difficult to distinguish between devotion, betrayal, and family. It was time for the pressure cooker to blow up. According to insiders, Papoose pleaded with both women in private to stop the frenzy, but it was too late. The conflict had become too lucrative, too widespread, and too large for blogs to let it expire. And tranquility is the last thing anyone wants when money, fame, and a cloud are at stake. Remy apparently prepared her own private sit-down interview to clear her name since she wouldn't back down. Claressa was working on part 2 of her receipts, according to her staff. The murmurs grew darker as fans prepared for the second round of devastation. According to others, VH1 was thinking about firing Remy if the issues got worse. Others thought that if the controversy dominated Claressa's sport, the Boxing Federation might penalize her. In any case, the repercussions were no longer merely personal, they were competent. The stakes were careers. By the end of the week, there were more questions than answers on the internet. Did Claressa actually have more damaging receipts in her possession? Was Remy lying about what she was hiding? And in the midst of all of this chaos, where did Papoose really stand? There was no denying the cliffhanger. Whoever spoke next, the burning of someone's empire was imminent. There you have it. What should have been a pregnancy announcement filled with balloons and baby showers became the largest demolition derby love and hip-hop event in history. Remy Ma didn't simply return the clap. She took aim at the target. Claressa's barriers didn't remain quiet. She hung receipts like Papoose and TNT. Unfortunately, poor Pap was drawn into a controversy so tangled that it would take years for the FBI to look into it. Now, however, are the important questions. Did Remy's criticism of a lady over parenthood go too far? Or did Claressa solicit trouble by implying that she had secrets that could ruin families? Above all, is Papoose the unseen spark that started this fire, or is he only collateral damage in a conflict between two queens? Consider the consequences. Producers are sweating in back rooms, brands are backing out, and fans are splitting up into armies as if this were the Super Bowl of scandals. Still, no one has told us the whole truth. Not Claressa, not Remy, nor even Papoose, indicating that the game is still ongoing. It's just getting started. I'd like to hear from you now. Leave your thoughts in the comments section. Do you write for hashtag Team Claressa or hashtag Team Remy? Do you think the receipts are genuine or merely a ploy to win people over? What part, in your opinion, did Papoose actually play behind the scenes? I promise you won't want to miss the next twist in this story. So hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. This is no longer merely rumors. History is being made here.